Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing why Terence Crawford underperformed against Israil Madrimov. Let's get into the video. Straight away, you can already see Madrimov is not like other fighters. He has a high guard, but his arms are a lot further out compared to most other fighters who use a high guard, which is actually really good because he can disrupt his opponent's punches, as you can see here. And it also means it's harder for his opponent to hit him because he's further away from the action. Now, of course, it leaves him more open in general, but it does have its benefits. And the way Madrimov feints is also quite different to most other boxers. Oh my god, I look like shit. The reason why I look like shit is because I have a virus. Don't worry, it's not HIV. It might be. It probably is. Anyway, swiftly moving on. Like always, Terence Crawford does not have much output at the beginning. He always does this because he's analyzing his opponents. With Madrimov, it'll probably take even longer because he's a more unique fighter and he's harder to predict. So it'll take longer to analyze, and Crawford will probably pick up the pace much later on in the fight. He is investing into the body though, which is very smart because Madrimov uses a lot of movement. You can see a lot of unnecessary movement, although it does have its benefits, like just confusing your opponent, making it harder to be analyzed, which is extremely important in boxing. But yeah, investing into the body will slow Madrimov down, will make him do less of these large movements and make it easier for Crawford to hit his target. You'll also notice that he's throwing a lot of uppercuts, and the reason is Madrimov, I've noticed here, tends to duck when he's slipping. Oh, Crawford slipped there. That's actually one thing you'll never see in any of Crawford's previous fights, and that's him losing balance. He's always balanced. And the reason why he lost balance here is because he's struggling to predict what Madrimov is doing. The way Madrimov was slipping and feinting was really good because Crawford didn't know what was coming, and only out of instinct did he slip, but because it was out of instinct rather than prediction, he slipped the punch, but he lost balance at the same time. And it makes sense. Someone coming at you like that, doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna struggle to predict what they're gonna throw. And the fact that Crawford even slipped the punch is crazy enough as it is. Now, a lot of people have said big reason why Crawford struggled in this fight. I disagree with this statement. However, a lot of people do say this, and it's because of the weight. They said that because Terence Crawford is moving up in weight, he struggled in this fight. And I wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. Multiple reasons. 1. You look at Terence Crawford being punched. Does he seem affected? No. He seems no more affected than when he's punched by other fighters. Now, he definitely feels the punches, and of course he has to put on a poker face. However, if any of those punches were significant, you would see a reaction from Crawford. You would see him become a lot more passive. You would see something different from him. However, you don't, and there's a reason for that, because at this weight, the punches aren't doing significant damage to Crawford. Now, the question of him going up to Canelo's weight and fighting him, he's gonna feel those punches. Probably. Now, the second reason why I'm saying that him moving up in weight is not the reason why he struggled. A lot of people compare this fight to the Crawford fight. I'm actually retarded. No way I just said that. A lot of people compare this fight to the Errol Spence fight, but that fight is very different stylistically. Errol Spence Jr. is a lot easier to hit, much easier to predict. If you look at the accuracy of Crawford in that fight, he hit most of his shots. He landed flush on Errol Spence Jr. On Madrimov, he's hit a couple flush shots, but a lot of his shots just haven't hit. Errol Spence Jr., he was hitting shot after shot after shot. Taken out of context, what I just did is mad. Errol Spence was taking Crawford's best shots. He was hit a lot, and that's why he took so much damage. Madrimov, because he's so unpredictable, he's not getting hit a ton. He's getting hit by a couple flush shots, and you can see that those shots actually do affect him, but he's not getting hit that much. And that's why Madrimov doesn't seem too affected by Crawford's punches, is because he's not been hit much by them. Madrimov loves that right hand, that right straight. He loves it. Banging combo from Crawford. I've noticed that Crawford has stayed in a southpaw stance this whole fight. Now, he's known to be a switch hitter. He's known to switch stances a lot. In this fight, he's only been in a southpaw stance. Now, the reason why, I think, is because he's comfortable in this stance, and he's against an opponent that's making him very uncomfortable. When he's against someone so unorthodox, he wants to be in the stance he's most comfortable in, most confident in, because then he can perform his best. Crawford likes to switch stance because it will confuse his opponents, it will trick his opponent, and it works. But against someone who's already trying to trick you, who's already trying to trap you, it gets complicated, it gets awkward, it gets risky, and Crawford doesn't want to take that risk. Understandably, of course. Very nice uppercut. And Crawford's been in high guard a lot, and that's because Madrimov's punches come from all over. It's much safer just to stay in that high guard and block and slip those punches. It is like a chess match. Both men are thinking about how they can counter each other. One tries to trick the other, tries to throw something, the other slips, tries to throw something themselves, the other guy slips, tries to throw something themselves. It's just counter after counter after counter. If you're a boxing purist, this is fascinating stuff. Not what you usually see. Very nice combination on Crawford. And don't just look at the hands, look at the feet, look at the foot placement from both fighters. Oh, that's my favorite combo this fight. I've got to rewind this. So Crawford shells up, throws a left uppercut to the body, a right uppercut to the body. Now that lowers Madrimov's guard, so he throws a right uppercut to the head. Now what's amazing about this combination is he throws another right uppercut to the head. That is a very good combination because no opponent would expect that. They would expect after the first uppercut to the head for the opponent to finish that combination with that uppercut stun, or throw like a left hook to the head or left hook to the body. That's something they would think. They would never expect the same punch afterwards to finish the combination. But yeah, that combination, phenomenal. Terence Crawford is a technician in this sport, and Madrimov is also a very good fighter. And the fight is now over. Wow, honestly, technically an amazing performance from both fighters. Yes, Terence Crawford underperformed in this fight. However, not for the reason that you think he did. Not because of the weight. Not because Terence Crawford's getting too old. Not for those reasons. The reason that Madrimov himself is an amazing fighter. He's an extremely unorthodox fighter. That's the reason why Terence Crawford underperformed in this fight. And with that said, the video is now over. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. I'm sorry at you. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.